That's a nice pair of melons. Let's talk about luck for a minute here, shall we? When I framed in my, okay, let's start here. This wall wasn't here when I bought the house. There was a cabinet right here, and that was open. It was a long, funny shaped room. Didn't like it, so I put this wall in to make a mud room. So I have a closet, and I framed out for washer and dryer. Well, a little dark, a little light. I don't recall, sorry, I had that go in there. I don't recall what I based my measurements off of. I'm pretty sure I was shooting for 60 inches for the washer and dryer, but probably got sidetracked and thought I needed to make a 30-inch opening for my closet door, and that cut my washer dryer space down, and I didn't even realize it. So I left myself 56 inches. I just went this weekend with that number 2, and we got washer and dryer out of storage, and bring the dryer in, slide it in the space, measured it was 29 inches. Went out to the truck, measured the washer, 27 inches. Those of you math buffs, you already know 29, 27 is 56, which is exactly what I left myself. Look at this. Look at that. 1/8 of an inch more, 1/8 of an inch, and I would not have been able to get them in there. The other thing was I squared these walls off of that wall, and apparently that wall and that wall are not square. So you can see I'm tight here, and I've got this V-shaped gap, but the fronts were wedged. I had to wedge it in there. So needless to say, the dryer won't be doing that hop thing, or the washer won't be doing that hop thing when it gets out of balance. Actually, it'll probably just shake the whole house. But if that wouldn't have fit, 1/8 of an inch more. 1/8 of an inch less, I should say. And we're talking moving walls, tearing out tile. Well, I could have just bought new ones that were a little thinner, I guess. Because I'm sure I can buy those, but boy, that would have sucked. So that's our exercise in lucky this week. Sometimes it's better be lucky than good, but in that case I'd rather just been good and not have to worry about it. Since we're in here, I'll show you what I got in an auction. This thing right here. It's a top secret thing. Sounds a little bit like voodoo to me. I gotta buy a new belt for it because it's not working, but it is supposed to increase your crop yield on vegetables or pot or whatever you're growing by 12 to 30%. So that's a $2,000 item. I paid much less than that for it. That's why I bought it. We'll see if it works. Do a little experiment next year. We'll see. While we're on the subject, I went a little crazy on the old auction front. There was a hydroponic auction online, so I bought some stuff. Some of it I really wanted and really needed. Some of it I really didn't. But I bought it because there was not very much participation in the auction, which means low prices. And I hope this microphone is not picking up the wind. So I don't have the big fuzzy sock on it, I just have the foam tube. Let's look here. These are what I wanted. Big 105-gallon plastic tub, plastic tanks with ports on the bottom. And these go for what I've seen about 150 bucks a piece. I paid 50 a piece for them. Pretty much brand new. That was a score. I got these. Look at that nonsense. It's hard to see what they are, but they're 2.5-gallon pots. There's 300 of them in there, and then this is a hydroponic tub that I don't know what I'm going to do with. You know, it was an impulse buy at the register. These are grow lights. $160 to $200 a piece. I paid 15 bucks a piece for them. I could have got a lot more than that for that price, because there was a lot more. There's 50 of them at the auction. I bought 8. That was my score. $1,000 auction experience, $900 auction experience. But got a lot of good stuff. Some stuff I didn't want. I shouldn't say didn't want. I should say didn't need. So that's what I did this week. I got nothing done in the house. I didn't do anything in the garden. I've been picking. That's what I've been doing in the garden, picking. I got 10 cantaloupe this week. 10 of them, 5 in one day, because they're splitting. They're popping off the vine before I can even pick them. So when that happens, it's time. You don't have a choice but to eat them. Everybody remembers this wall? No, you might not. It's been a while ago that I took that down. It was the hood for my oven. It's gonna get a cabinet on either side. I was gonna paint it, but I kinda don't care. Doesn't really matter to me, so I'm gonna mount it. Just because I mount it doesn't mean I can't take it down and paint it later, but I have one short cord to get over to the wall, because all my other cords are in the garden. I feel like that's too big. It's just too big. Guaranteed that's too big. Look at that. It's the wrong size. So I'm thinking is a screw. Here's what I'm thinking. So I got this insert and it's too small for the hole. I have this screw. I put the insert in the hole and then I run this screw in next to it. Maybe a couple of them in there. Run them in flush. We'll see if that works. I'm already liking it. Oh, that's tight like a tiger. You like that? Huh? Yeah, you do. That just worked. So guess what? I'm going to drill the other one in the same way. I'm not going across town to get a bit. I'm not going to buy a 5/16 bit or whatever this takes that I'll never use again. We're going to make it work, because it's already working. Let me here. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. One of them did. Oop, don't let go. Don't let go. There we go. Holy crap, that's stiff. That is what I'm talking about. I decided not to relocate the cord, I just smashed it against the ceiling. It's gonna have a cabinet right there anyway, you'll never see it. We'll do a little sneak peek at what the cabinet will look like. Cheat it, get it level. You like? I like. Right on. Dust everywhere. Show you that. One thing I did forget to mention and I just remembered, those base cabinets were from a desk. They're about 6 inches shorter height-wise than the stove. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I might have to build them up a little bit, or maybe just leave them, put little countertops on them and see what they look like. I have a feeling they're going to look funny, but I don't think this is going to be in the parade of homes anytime soon, if you know what I mean. So I come home tonight, walk into the garden, and I happen to notice a cow track. So I start following them. Look what I apparently have now. I have a cow and I got a steer. So I had to go find them. They were out by the barn and I just walked around the garden and they followed me. We're going to see if they're mean. Huh. Oh, you look thin. I don't know even who to call. I'm not sure what direction they came from. He's up. Thirsty or what? No brands, no nothing. I'll go to dinner. If they're there when I get back, then I guess I'll close them in, but they're heading towards the front now, so whatever.